I do it?
Yay!
Yay!
Woo!
Show them boobies. That's how you'll get the followers.
Yeah, right? I don't mind. I don't mind. She don't mind.
Did you fight well? Now you can join us.
Keep cups. Wake up, check your phone. Ignore the alarm. You're still alone. Wake up, rewind the night. Who are you? But also
Anyways, hi everyone and welcome. I'm joined today by my longtime friend Crystal and co-host. And in today's video, in today's episode, we're going to be having our special guest, which is Blanca, my sister-in-law. We're going to be talking about Zodiac, astrology. She's so into that, right? And then we're going to also be talking about her page. She has an Instagram page, over 44,000 point something followers. So she has a lot going on, and we're just going to be talking to her today. And as well, we're going to be diving into the whole Karen's situation. Karen's everywhere. We're going to be talking about that, talking about the dog. So welcome, guys. Hi.
Hi.
Hello.
Hi, Blanca.
What?
Hi.
Hi. Yes, I'm very awkward.
It's okay.
No.
What are you drinking there?
What is
Oh,
that?
Coffee?
water. Coffee. You're like,
Is it
coffee? It just looks really red. Or it looks very burgundy.
It's wine.
So how have you been? How was your week? Both
It
of
was
you.
good.
Good?
Yeah, it was good. I feel like this whole quarantine thing has really made me very, I guess I have like a lot of anxiety, and I just keep thinking like all these crazy things.
Like what?
Like I'll wake up in the middle of the night and then I'll be like, did I lock the car? They're gonna steal it.
Oh
Or
my
like-
God.
Or I'll be like, I forgot to put the car in park and it already rolled down the street.
And it's still parked.
And I have to like go look in the window.
Really? And you were never like this
crazy.
before? Because what I remember, I just kidding.
I think I've always been like this. It just got worse because I'm all by I feel all by myself, like other than Eddie, but I can only annoy Eddie for so long.
Yeah. It's my turn today. I'm kidding. And you, Crystal, how you
Not
doing? How was your week?
It was pretty good. On Friday, I told you I was gonna do the struts, but we didn't have the right parts, so they had to go get some. And then yesterday, I went and go eat with my little brother.
Oh.
And look for stuff.
Oh, so if you guys didn't know, Crystal is a mechanic. I just found out today.
Yeah.
She's a licensed mechanic? What the fuck? And I'm like, hey, weren't you going to be like a medical some shit? And she's like, yeah, I have that degree too. And I'm like,
I not even.
do me?
I'm all like, I don't have any degrees.
And I'm like, well, I have a podcast.
And a YouTube channel.
And a YouTube channel.
There you go.
Okay.
Well, at least now I know, like,
Yes.
we went to go get our car, like, the oil fix or whatever, or oil change, sorry. And they were like, you need new shocks, your belts are gonna go out, you need new tires. And I was like, you know what, we just need to sell the car.
You're
I
like,
don't know. Sometimes they tell you stuff like that.
So then they pretty much told you need a new car.
No, they just said all this stuff that they want me to fix, and I was like, I just
They
think
always do that.
They do that. I'm telling you, like, I had a friend who went to, I'm not going to say the name, but I don't want to, mess anybody up. But
because we might
went
get
to
sponsored by
get her
them.
car check for brakes. She wanted her brakes done, and they told her that she needed everything, like the whole new set of brakes, that she needed the drums, like I forgot what you call it. But she asked me to check them, and I checked them, and they were fine, dude. Like, they told her that she could have an accident with them, but they weren't even bad, and she's still driving around, dude. I changed her brakes, and she's still driving around with the same fucking shit. You know what I mean? Like, they're fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
That's what happened. Oh, go ahead.
all I asked was do any of these things affect the car to turn on? And they were like, well, no. And I was like, well, then we're fine.
Give me a little pinch.
You're like, can I get to work? All righty then. That's all I needed to know. Yeah, that's what they do. And it sucks because they're like, Well, us that we don't know shit about cars, we're like, okay. I have a stupid, funny story about that. One time I took my car, I took it to the dealership or whatever to get it fixed or whatever, and I went to go pick it up, and then I turn it on and I'm like driving away, and then I can't hear the radio, right? I think I had told you, Crystal. I couldn't hear the radio, so I'm like, oh no, they did something to the radio, blah, blah, blah. So I go back, and then the guy looks at me, and he's all like, how come you just don't tell me you wanted to come and see me again? And I'm like, I look at him all confused, like, what? And he's like, you turn on the radio like this, boop, and then he pushes it. And then I look at him, and I'm like, huh?
Why'd you turn it off then?
I'm like, excuse me?
All right.
And then I'm like, you're right. They want to come and see you.
All right.
All right, you caught me. You caught me. I wanted to come and see you. All right. All right. So then I sent you guys a BuzzFeed article on what 2020 would be for you guys, because they were doing this whole, if 2020, what was it? If 2020 was a blank, it would be this, you know? So I don't know if you guys came up with anything.
I came up with a couple of things.
Because I have some examples here.
Go for it.
You guys, so I can let people know.
Go
If 2020 was a drink, it would be vodka and Coke. So that's one of them, you know? So it just pretty much, it'll encapsulate everything that happened in 2020, which has been a mess.
It has.
I guess if we're doing drinks, I would say if 2020 was a Four Loko.
It would be a Four Loko. You know what? I've never had a Four Loko, but I know about them.
I haven't either.
I only had it once because I had heard like, oh, you get turned up real quick. And I did, like, I was real quick gone. But I remember, like, I laid down on my bed and the whole room was spinning. And it was just one. Like, I don't know what was in there. And never again.
One room? I'm just kidding. You had one Four Loko and you were that fucked up.
Yeah, so I don't recommend them.
Dude, no.
But if 2020 was an astrology sign, it'd be a Scorpio.
Oh shit, Scorpios out there. Ah! Why? Because they're fucking crazy or what?
Yeah, I think they're crazy. They're
crazy.
like,
I didn't know that.
I've had really bad experiences with Scorpios, but some of them are like really cool. But then like I'll remember like my past, and I'm all like, oh, I don't know if to trust you.
So that's a personal. If 2020 was a
that's a personal Scorpios or Cancers because they're kind of bipolar.
Oh.
That's crazy. I don't know.
My aunt and my mother are Cancers.
I had it with Sagittarius. Like,
that's
I don't
true. We
always involved in Sagittarius. So I don't know.
Cancers and Sagittarius, which I'm a Sagittarius, I'm definitely bipolar. I'm just kidding. No.
No, I'm talking because of my exes. That's why. But
okay.
They're really cool people, but not for like to date.
Well, it's because astrology-wise, you wouldn't get along with them, but we'll get into that later.
Yes, that's okay. Let's get yours, Crystal.
Oh well, yours? I was thinking about if 2020 was a place to stay, it'd be prison, you know, or you know, like I hate jail, dude. I get all fucking.
Fuck yeah, dude.
It would be. It sucks.
Well, yeah, because you're like in jail of your house, you know.
I would rather be 100 billion times here in my house, stuck in here forever than in jail, honestly.
Yeah, that is insane. I cannot.
Watching you shower.
I think I would be such a little like bitch in jail. I've never been.
I would too.
In a fight. I think I'd become someone's bitch. You know, like you're my bitch.
And like right away.
I will be.
And I'm like, yes, ma'am.
That's how I was all scared and shit. Like, fuck that. I know I look tough, but I'm not. Not in there.
And I don't look tough, but I am. I just kidding.
Are you?
See?
Whoa.
They'd be scared of me. Okay, so mine was if 2020 was a neighbor, it would be a Karen.
A good one.
Boom, boom, which we're gonna be talking about then later, and it's gonna be so cool because we're gonna have a special guest too. Aside from you, obviously, you know, not as special as you, but less special.
Maybe it'll be a Karen.
Oh, ouch.
Maybe it'll be a Karen, or maybe it'll be somebody who lives with a Karen. I don't know. We'll find out. We'll find out. Stay tuned. Anyway, so Blanca, let's talk about all your followers on Instagram. What the hell? How do you get that, or what? What are you doing?
I actually, I'm very surprised that it happened. Basically, it's been a long time. I started in 2014, and it was because I moved in with your brother, and all he did was play video games, and I had no friends. So then I was like, I need to do something with my time because I wasn't going to school or anything. And I was following this Instagram page that was confessions, but for American Horror Story, because I like loved that show at the time. And I was like, this is so interesting. Like, I kind of want to do something, but not the same thing for that show. And I had all the seasons of Gilmore Girls. I had watched it since I was 13, so it had been like 10 years of watching it. I was like, that's the one show I know the best. So I was like, I'm just going to throw my shot and see what happens. And then it just started growing from there. But actually, a lot of people have surpassed me at this point. Like, there's people that have like 60,000 and stuff like that. And that kind of bummed me out because I was like, I've been doing this for so long. But right now, I'm actually, even though I'm still the creator and the person that made it, I'm not that involved anymore because I decided to go back to school. So I don't have time. So I actually started building up other smaller Gilmore Girl accounts. Like I asked them, do you guys want to make confessions? And then like you could put your name on it. So then that way people follow you. So now they help me make confessions that people send in. So I don't really do much anymore.
That's cool.
That is freaking cool. That's so cool though, because you still have the page, but you have people like kind of working for you.
Yeah.
It's still your page. You created it. So that's pretty awesome. I mean, 2014, 17,000 posts from what I saw.
Yeah.
And then you're like,
wow.
I don't know if you're the one that did the whole, you know how Instagram has like all these highlights and all this, but you guys went like above and beyond where you have guidelines, you have like restrictions, like this is what you could do and this is what we're gonna accept.
Well, before Instagram made that update of highlights, I always had the rules and I had them like in a hashtag that you had to go look at them. Because in the beginning, I started getting just like a lot of repeats and people would get mad of why I was denying them. And I'm like, I'm not going to post the same thing just because you didn't follow the page at that time. You know, go back and read the other ones. Or like, I would get some where it would be like them judging the actors because it's an old show. It was from 2002. So now they do look older, of course. They have, you know, arrugas or whatever. Like, and people would be like, oh, they're so old and wrinkly. And I was like, I'm not going to accept you guys offending the actors.
That's what happens when
like,
you get older.
like I'm just like I rather stick to confessions like about the characters and stuff. So that's where all the like little rules started coming in.
I love that.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah,
that is cool because it keeps everybody in line. Like, hey, this is, and if I don't accept it, you already know why, and you can't get mad, you know. And that's what I. Yeah,
people still get pretty like wild. Like they'll get like super upset, or if it takes forever to post, they'll just be like, "Hello, did you see me? Did you see it? Are you gonna post it?" And I'm like, "You need to calm down."
You're like, there's like a lot of people here. Oh my god! And you would, I've seen Gilmore Girls. You know, I've watched it, but I wouldn't have thought like. There's so many because there's so many people who love it like that much, you know.
That's crazy. I've never seen it.
Why? You need to see it. It's on Netflix. Really? Yeah.
All right.
It's funny. Yeah. It's like it has drama and comedy. It's like a dramedy.
All right.
They talk super, super fast.
Yeah. I actually feel like when I was younger, I would talk just as fast as them because that's all I would watch. And it wasn't until I started working at a call center that they were like, you need to slow down. Like, you need to breathe.
You're like, people, the old person's like, The old person's like, I'm sorry, mija, ¿qué? ¿Qué dijo? Excuse me, no entiendo. Yeah, so that's what I thought it was so cool, like seeing your page and seeing how everything, and then you guys get polls, like either this person or this person, and it's so cool because it's so, I guess it draws people in because it's so, what is it called? Where interactive, yeah, it's so interactive, like where people are like voting and like they have a saying and stuff, so I think that's why it's been growing so much.
Yeah, but that's what I've been trying to do, just to make it like a place where everybody likes it. But I'll have one small story before we finish this, which is Eddie, well, like my husband or whatever, he follows me just to follow me because even though I forced him to watch the show, he wasn't a fan. Ridiculous. Should have divorced him right there.
I feel you. I tell Montes, watch my videos, babe. Why am I gonna watch a video of makeup? I don't care. Watch it to support me. Whoa, I don't care.
He follows it, but he doesn't like anything or anything. But he commented on one random comment, like wasn't even about one of the main characters, which is Rory. And he was like, Rory's a slut. Because that's all he thought the whole show. Because she goes from guy to guy. And then all these people.
He's seen it.
He has seen it. Like I forced him to watch certain, like my favorite episodes at least. And he was like, Rory's a slut. And then like all these people went crazy. Like this was in the beginning. Like I think I barely had maybe 20,000 at the time. And they were like, who's this troll? What the fuck? Like,
how dare he?
And I'm all, oh, he's my husband.
Don't mind him. He doesn't know what he's talking about. He just saw one season. He doesn't know Rory.
Well, now I want to watch it and see if she is a slut. Or is it a he?
It is a little.
No, yeah, a little bit.
I think we're all a little slutty. We're all a little slutty. What are we going to say about that? Some of us more than others. Anyways, so yeah, it's Gilmore Girl Confessions, right?
Yeah.
So you guys can go and follow. I'll leave all the details down below on the description. I left it on the other episode too, because I talked about it a little bit. But yeah, it's pretty cool. I love the fact that you keep growing and you don't really have to be such a big part of it because you have your own thing going on. So that's pretty awesome. We've been sister-in-laws for quite some time already, right?
Me and Eddie are going to have 9 years in like 20 days.
9 years! That's insane! That's cool.
Yeah.
When?
And it's June 24th. So
damn,
don't make me do the math.
I know, right? Carry the one.
I just keep seeing 20 days.
I know, right? I just actually celebrated today is my anniversary, but I celebrated it yesterday. And it's 7 years.
What did you guys do?
We did a steak. He tried cooking a steak and then he lit up the whole pan and it was on fire. And then I'm like over here trying to talk to Crystal, right? You heard me?
Yeah, that's right.
I was talking to Crystal and then I'm like, I look over and I'm like, babe. And then there's a whole fire started and shit and he's going all crazy.
You just put a cover on it.
Oh, he was like, the salt. I couldn't find it. And I'm just looking at him there, standing there, wait, really? But at the end, he was able to do it, and it came out good. Good ribeyes, boneless.
Nice.
That kind of happened to my parents. My mom said that ants came in. So then my stepdad got fire, and then he was spraying something and he was burning them because that's how to get rid of them. And he started doing it on the oven. So then he broke the computer for the oven and everything. My mom was so pissed. He thought he was
ants?
Yeah, he was all savage with the fire,
Oh my god! Like a spray in the fire?
Yeah, he was like a flame.
Crystal, remember we used to do that?
All the time.
We used to do that too. We used to be in school because we went to school together, right? So we had dance class and we would be in the locker room and Crystal would fucking go and burn like she would do a little circle of like fire, and there would be like a little cockroach in the middle, or like she would burn the cockroach with fucking hairspray and
hate
fire.
cockroaches. They're
She's all doing rituals.
Yeah, and then
I was
we
like
would dance
fucking-
around it, huh? Remember?
You guys are all sacrifice. So that's like,
That's horrible.
I want this boy to like me, and Crystal's like, let's burn a cockroach.
Let's burn a cockroach, girl.
I like to burn stuff. I used to use my it was my, what was it, like
Your
a perfume,
hairspray,
body spray?
your body spray.
I would spray the shit out of it and then turn it on fire and
Yeah, and then I would throw in like a love letter in there in the middle, be like,
ah.
I want this boy to love me, and then I would throw it and it would burn, and then a little a little heart would like pop out, and then there it was a spell. Just kidding. And today we're gonna be talking about zodiac signs with Blanca. Let's start with
mine.
you asked us to give you our date of birth and our time of birth.
Yes,
So
it was a way to steal your identity.
Yes,
Ah,
and
right.
our
Well, good luck
last
with
four of the social security number.
It was
Oh,
all
good luck
necessary.
with that then.
And then you said our maiden name and the last four of the social security number, which we gave you.
I give you all the information.
And then like black screen. I'm just kidding.
It's all matrixy. The Matrix.
I'm not worried though. I'm not worried though. You should be worried trying to use my identity.
You're like, you don't want to use hers.
No, well,
You don't
So-
want to.
so I've always read about astrology since I was like 15, and I'm 28 now. So I've always really been into it.
There you
But
go.
before, I only thought it was when you were born, like that's your sign. So like Lorena's a Sagittarius and like Crystal is a Capricorn. But like Lorena, her two brothers are also Sagittariuses. But if you meet the three of them, they're all so different. And I thought that was weird. Like they have Sagittarius traits, but they are different. So I was like, something's not connecting. So then I started doubting Zodiac in general. Y'all made me question my
Really? We made you doubt Zodiac?
So then I started looking into it, and apparently, so your main sign is your sun sign. So you are a Sagittarius and a Capricorn, and that's supposed to be like your main essence. Like once you get comfortable with people, that is who you truly are.
Yeah.
But then you have your moon sign, which is where, when you were born, that's where the moon was positioned. And that's actually how you deal with emotional situations or with confrontational situations. Like that's the sign you kind of take on to deal with those things. And then apparently there's a rising sign, and that sign is more how you act with people you don't know. Like if you're out in a bar or a party, like that's the personality that you kind of take on to be more people pleasing, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
And then the last one is called a midhaven, and that one is more your aspirations of your career or what you would be good at career-wise.
Ooh, I want to know that
I
one.
like that.
What am I?
like it.
So then for Crystal, your moon sign is a Taurus. Your rising sign is a Sagittarius, which is funny because Lorena is a Sagittarius.
No
So
wonder
that's
we get along.
when you guys met, you guys instantly clicked because that's the personality you kind of took on, and you reminded
wow.
Lorena of herself.
I made you me.
Oh,
I made you me.
And your career or your midhaven is a Libra.
Oh.
crazy. I
I'm
like
a Libra.
Libra. I like Libra, yeah.
So then hers moon sign was a Virgo, her rising is a Scorpio, and then her midhaven was a Leo.
Oh my goodness.
Oh.
What does that mean?
So then I guess first I'm gonna read like about your main sign and what attributes you have. So like for Capricorn, your strengths are supposed to be you're responsible, patient, ambitious, resourceful, and loyal. But your weaknesses would be that you can be conceited, distrusting, and unimaginative.
The third one. I just kidding.
For a Sagittarius,
From all of them, the third one.
your positives are that you're caring, you're honest, and you could be wild. Your negative would be that you're impatient, you're careless, attention seeking, and can be like completely brutally honest.
Who, me?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Oh, so I'm wild?
And yeah, apparently you're wild. So those
Yeah.
are
I
your
could
main,
say
like
you
I said,
are.
your sun sign, or like what you're supposed to be through in the heart. So the next sign is going to be how you deal with emotional stuff. So then we said Crystal is a Taurus. So then that sign is dependable, persistent, loyal, patient, generous. The weaknesses of that sign is stubbornness, laziness,
Oh, yeah.
possessive, materialistic. So that's kind of how you are more emotionally when you get too emotional, I guess.
Yeah. I guess, yeah. I could.
And then for Virgo, which is Lorena, you would be analytical, observant, helpful, reliable, and precise.
Oh, I'm very precise.
Weaknesses would be you're skeptical, fussy, inflexible, and cold.
Oh, yeah.
So like once you get like in an argument, you kind of just turn off, like, and you get really cold with the person.
I get really bitchy.
Yeah.
I'm a bitch.
Which is so like I mentioned, since you and your other two brothers are Sagittariuses, like Eddie's moon sign is a Taurus. So then he doesn't bite as soon as the argument starts, and neither do you. You guys kind of step back and then kind of observe the situation and then start. Well, your like brother Junior, his moon sign is in Aries, and in Aries is super like confrontational. So they'll automatically start like going
Going at it. Yeah.
yeah, and he
Crazy.
may come off aggressive, but he's not. Like it's just that that's how he deals when he feels attacked or he feels like but so then the other one was your rising sign. So like I mentioned, Crystal is Sagittarius, so you could be wild, you can be really outgoing and friendly, which is very different because most Capricorns sometimes take a while to warm up to people, but because you have that like I'll start talking to people and like be the life of a party, because that's what a Sagittarius is.
That's crazy.
I don't
That's
think I'm a life of the party.
Well,
I'm not the life of the party.
So yours is a Scorpio, and Scorpios, they're loyal, passionate, resourceful, observant, dynamic. But you could be jealous, obsessive, manipulative,
Lorena.
and suspicious.
Oh, I'm very suspicious.
So I feel like once you barely like know someone, it does take you a while to warm up and show like your true colors, like of how fun you can be and everything. Like,
well, yeah, kinda.
so then, and then for I guess what you guys wanted to know, which is like your career wise.
I do.
So Lorena's was a Leo. It says, I'm just going to read off what careers would be best for you, because there's a lot of information, and I'll send it to you guys and you guys could just read it.
Awesome.
Okay. But Midhaven Leos, they are very positive. These people have it inside, they emit around, positivity. They're likable, charismatic, generally of a relaxed pace and attitude. Could have this.
And she's like, they're very patient, and I'm like, okay, yeah.
Right? I guess I'm all anxious.
You are super patient. I'm like, oh yeah. Hurry.
I'm trying to read really fast.
I'm kidding, Blanca. Dude, we take forever in these. We're doing this soccer song.
Yeah.
You're like, yeah.
You could be inspiring leaders.
Oh yeah, hell yeah. I like that.
I like it. I like.
You would be good in entertainment, such as singing and acting, because you have so much charisma, and you like for people to applaud you.
I do. I enjoy that a lot. Thank you. I like, can you do that anytime I walk into a room? I just want people to applaud. And I'm like, yeah.
Let's see for Crystal, because that's usually what it says, that you'd be good at like things that
So
where people-
entertainment,
entertainment.
like being the center of attention, kind of.
Midhaven Libra.
That's funny. You're like, I could have told you that.
So you would be great psychologist, judges.
Ooh, I don't think I can do that anymore, but okay.
You're dumb. You're like, that ship sailed.
Lawyers, interior designers, architects, and musicians.
Ooh, nice.
You got the good ones. Dude, you got the good ones.
Okay, look, I found something better for Leos. It says actors, singers, organizational leaders, film directors, spokespersons, businesses, or politicians.
Oh my God, I like the last one.
Politician?
Oh, politician. Oh my goodness. And what are you career-wise?
Mine was a Gemini.
Ooh.
And it's so funny because like my sun sign is a Libra. That's my main sign. My moon sign is a Libra. So basically I react like a Libra in all sense. And then my rising sign was a Virgo, and that was also Eddie's. And then our midhavens, or our career-wise, were both Geminis. So that's so funny that we have two things in common. Yeah. Like, I don't know. I thought that was crazy. I was like, stop copying me.
Right now, let's go ahead and just talk about moving on to Karens everywhere. And
there's a bunch.
There's a bunch. My brother, he showed me, he started DMing me like a Karen page where it's like a bunch of Karens.
Yeah, it's because I told him.
He's like, here, and I'm like, oh shit, like we're gonna talk about that, you know? And then he's like, here, follow this page. It talks about a bunch of Karens. And I'm like, okay. And it's called Karen's Going Wild, or Gone Wild. And it's a page, an Instagram page of pure like videos of, you know, white ladies.
Disclaimer,
that's what it is.
It's not that kind of Gone Wild.
Yeah, it's not like them showing their boobies or anything, but let me rephrase that. It's white women saying, let me talk to the manager, I'm gonna call the cops on you. What else? They're just entitled ladies, you know? Yeah. So obviously we showed a video last episode, right, Crystal? And the dog and Central Park Karen, that's what they're naming her. So what do you guys think about the whole situation?
I'll let Crystal go first.
Sorry, I'm having difficulties with my phone. I don't know. Sorry, my bad. Go again.
Like, what do you think about the whole situation with Central Park Karen?
Oh, I don't know. She's pretty crazy. She's wild. I guess overreacting over somebody asking her to put a leash on her dog. Like, what's wrong with that? Like, why do you have to get that crazy? Call the cops. Doesn't make sense. It's stupid.
Right.
Now, I'm going to play devil's advocate because as a Libra, we see all sides. But okay, so as a Libra, I see all sides. So I get, like, if he would have just said, hey, put a leash on your dog, I think she would have maybe responded a little better than starting to record her. Because I think that's what, like, made her be like, why are you recording me? Like, that was her main issue. Like, why are you recording me? Which also goes back, my main issue is that people record everything. And it's okay if you record, like, you and your friends, but you recording other people, for me, is not okay. Like, I had to stand in a line of Sam's that was all around the building to try to get toilet paper when, like, all the craziness started. And people, like, 5 people passed by recording and being like, could you believe this? This is crazy. Like, either get in line or leave. You know? Yeah. What's the point of that? So I could see her point of getting like, why are you recording me? Don't record me. But then after that, like, I respected that point. But then she went into like, oh, I'm gonna call the cops. And what's the point of saying a black man? Like, you think that that's why the cops are gonna react more to it? You could just say a man is recording me.
Exactly.
Like, it was just, so that's
And-
where like is the disconnect of like, that just didn't sound good. And I felt bad for the dog because she was like holding him.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
I think they had a lot of people commenting on that, and that's why they actually went and got it. They got the dog from her, and they kept it for like 10 days at the animal rescue.
Yeah.
And after that, they found out he was in perfect health, so they returned it back to her. The thing is that, like, I know where you're coming from as far as like people recording, but the thing to me is that, like, me and Monchis were talking about it, and he's like, well, it's because they instigate the people. And I'm like, yeah, I get it, but why are you gonna react this way? You know, if someone's just telling you to put a leash on. The reason the guy started recording is because of the same reason that she called the cops and sounded like she was getting attacked. You know,
Yeah.
that's
She
the
said
that's
she
the
was
good
being
thing
filmed.
that's the good thing that he was recording, because if he wasn't recording and the cops get there, they're gonna believe the girl rather than the guy.
Yeah.
No, and the fact that she was so like, she made it such like an urgency, like, oh my god, like I'm getting attacked, or like
Yeah.
this guy,
Yeah.
like she knew how to play the system so they can be like, oh my god, we have to go, but you know, and then by the time they actually get the situation straight, the fucker's gonna be dead, or he's gonna be something, you know, something's gonna happen to the guy, and then afterwards they'll be like, oh yeah, nothing happened. But the good thing is that he was actually recording, and that's the reason why people start recording, because these ladies know how to play the system. They know how to fucking, and that's why they're called Karens, because these fucking crazy ladies are talking like they're.
Sometimes I'm just really surprised of how much balls they have, because I'm such a, like, I guess, passive aggressive person that I'd be like, yes sir, let me put the leash and like walk away. Like, I
Well,
like,
yeah, like there's
and go to
nothing
my
wrong.
car,
There's nothing
you know?
wrong with that.
Like,
Yeah,
Nothing wrong with that at all.
I don't like drama or confrontation, so I'd just be like, all right, peace out, gonna go home now, you know?
And then that's the thing, like Monchis was like, how come people don't stay out of people's business? And I'm like, I understand. As Mexican people or Hispanic people, we tend to be like, we're not gonna say anything because we're afraid of confrontation, you know? Because we don't want first for the cops to get there, because then nos va a ir mal a nosotros, you know? We get the shit too. So I know my mom, I know they're very scared of police officers. They're like, oh no, you know? They try to keep everything like how you are, like very, very, you know, non-confrontational. But the thing is that he's like, well, how come they don't stay out of people's business? And I'm like, well, because you're in public and you have a dog, and it's your responsibility. First of all, if you're in public, and even if your fucking dog is the cutest shit ever and he's tiny, like,
put him on a leash.
there's nothing wrong with having a leash on your dog, because it's for their own protection, first of all, and for everybody else's protection, because not everybody loves dogs, you know? It could be the cutest dog ever, and they could be scared of them.
Like, her mistake is she should have gone to like an actual dog park, because at dog parks you can't like take off the leash and they can run around. Like, why be at some random park where you're not supposed to do that? Or at least my dogs aren't well behaved enough that if there's not like a border, they're gonna run.
Oh yeah,
that's their life.
Yeah,
that's
true. That's how mine is too. She'll run around.
That's how mine are. That's why I don't even, if I take them both, I'll take one at a time, because if I take Matilda and Oliver together, they battle, like they go crazy, both of them, you know? Matilda will start barking and this one will bark because Matilda's barking, you know? And he doesn't even know. He's like barking on the opposite side that she's barking. He doesn't even know what the fuck he's barking at, but he's barking, you know?
But he's barking.
So
I have a short dog story about my mom's dog. She has a little poodle and like a tiny chihuahua. And I guess they didn't close the door right in the backyard, and they left. And my mom didn't notice until my stepdad was driving back from work, and he sees like this little poodle and chihuahua just walking around.
Oh my God.
And he's like, I think I know those dogs.
they look familiar.
They look familiar. They're all walking the streets. Like,
Yeah.
Like whatever. They're like, yo, and then they look at your dad and like, what? What's up?
What's that?
Oh. We'll be home before midnight. How funny. Fucking dogs.
I know.
We have an exclusive interview, and I'm so happy. We're so actually really happy that we were able to get a hold of Mr. Peterson. We're going to call him Mr. Peterson because we don't know his actual name. He wants to kind of remain anonymous, yet we can see him, so it's not actually being anonymous. Anyways, we got a real cool little short interview with him. We wanted to ask him a few questions, Crystal and I. So yeah, first of all, we just want to make sure that you're feeling fine and you're doing great. Everybody all over the world saw the video of Central Park Karen, which we're naming her that now. She was pretty much dragging you and choking you. How do you feel health-wise?
I feel really hurt. I mean, I was almost choked to death. If you could see on the video, I'm struggling. I'm very pissed off as well.
So at any moment, did you fear for your life? What was going through your head while this whole situation was going?
Of course I feared for my life. I mean, you can see on the video, she was choking me. I thought my neck was gonna snap. She was hurting me real bad. That stupid bitch.
All right, so I had a question for you. Did you at any moment feel like maybe you wanted to, kind of bite her off you since you were being choked that way?
No, I look cute and very sweet, but at that moment, I did want to bite her ass. She just didn't have to grab me like that.
Okay, so what else? I know I had a lot of questions, and I know you're a very busy dog, and we don't want to keep you from your things, but we understand that you spend around 10 days at the animal rescue. I know they have like a actual Abandoned Angels Cocker Spaniel rescue place that they took you for 10 days. We just want to make sure that you were treated well. How was your experience?
It was horrible in there. There's all kinds of crazy dogs in there, and most of them are sick.
Yeah, and definitely I probably would have wanted to go to a different place as well. I wouldn't want to be with her either.
Yeah, but I mean, I'm pretty sure he met a lot of friends, and So speaking of friends, I know you probably made a lot of friends there, but your actual friends, when, your real friends that you've known for a long time, I'm pretty sure they reached out to you, see how you're doing. Your girlfriend, I don't know. I know Crystal wanted to know whether you had a girlfriend or not.
I have a girlfriend, and she did see the video. She did try and give me a few massages, though. I enjoyed that, so no worries there.
Another question we were wondering, well, I was mostly wondering whether Karen has apologized at all. How has she been acting with you? Has she been giving you extra treats or snacks or what?
She's a pretty weird lady. I'm not exactly sure why she was that angry. She didn't even notice that she was choking me. Obviously, if she would have just put me on the leash, none of this would have happened, so...
So anyways, any other questions you have? I know we have a lot of questions. It's kind of, I don't want to take your time. So what have you learned about your near-death experience? Did you have anything you want to share with us?
Well, definitely enjoy life more. Of course, eating a lot more snacks.
Snacks.
Maybe getting in the cabinet and, stealing some from my master, of course.
And finally, do you have any plans after this whole ordeal, like the situation? What does the future hold for you?
Well, hopefully, I guess my future has a lot to do with my owner's hands. So I think that would be so much better for me, and hopefully, people seeing the video can also be for a good thing.
I wish you the best of luck, and hope this didn't ruin, your popularity.
Yeah, and just one last question before we let you go. I know you're super busy. I just want to ask, out of curiosity, because I've always, questioned this, but since my dogs can't talk, why do dogs chase their tail or after their tail? Why do they do that?
Well, let me let you in on a secret here. I have a feeling that something's always
that makes
moving
sense.
behind me.
That makes sense.
And
Yeah.
I just gotta go around and
probably
get
do
it.
that.
Go around and chase
Right?
that thing until I get it.
Oh, it's just my ponytail.
All right. Well, it was a pleasure having you here. And, thank you so much for providing these few minutes for our interview. I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful day. And squirrel.
That's a good one. You got him. Dude, you got him. My poor dude, you got him.
Yeah, so what was I going to talk about?
The last thing you wanted to talk about was the other Karen with the $80 traffic ticket.
Dude,
With the what?
that lady. Okay, so we started talking about Karen, the lady, the Central Park Karen. That's what they named her. That way we don't get confused. And then, since we're talking about that, we're going to talk about the $80 lady, the $80 traffic ticket lady.
Oh, yeah. That shit was
$80
crazy.
You guys both saw it, right?
Yeah. Fucking
She's
crazy ass lady.
Oh my God. And then I remember seeing this before this whole situation happened with Black Lives Matter and all that, and then seeing it afterwards, and then you look at it in a different perspective. I don't know if you saw it like that, but I'm like, oh my God. You know for a fact a Black person would not get away with half the things she did in that video.
I know. They probably would have shot the person already if it would have been the other way around. Like,
And
not to sound mean, but...
Yeah, and we were talking about it, and they told me like, yeah, but they were pretty rough on the lady. Like they tackled her down, they tased her and all that. I'm like, well, yeah, the lady freaking took off.
She took off, dude. Like,
I'm not gonna get. Oh, you're not gonna give me the ticket. You're not gonna give me the ticket. So she takes off.
She's like, she's crazy, dude.
Again, I don't know where these women grow these balls that I don't have. Like, I'd be like, yes, sir, give me the ticket. Like,
yes.
Yeah.
Like, I'm all, is it like loving homes that aren't broken? Very supportive parents? Like,
like what is it? These ladies just,
No.
you know what?
How do they breed them? Was it a Karen made another Karen? You know?
They're like 3 years old. This is how you dial to 911. This is how, let me talk to your manager. You do this. They're like, Mom, am I doing this right? Let me talk to your manager. She's like 3 years old, and the Karen mom is like, you do this? I'm going to call the cops. It's a Black person.
Oh, God.
What?
Like, dude, for real, though. There's a bunch of
goodness.
crazy ladies out there.
And
I
this
just felt
page.
like the cop was like, here's your ticket. And she's like, no, thank you. Come again.
Yeah, she's like, no. But then at the end, you know, when he tells her like that he's gonna arrest her, and then she's like, okay, give me the ticket then. And he's like, no, we're beyond that already. And that's when she's like, later.
She's like, oh, well, I don't think so. I don't think I deserve it. I'm like, are you kidding me? Oh my goodness. It's like, I don't know. And then I saw another one with this lady at the park. And I don't think this lady's even from here either. Like, I don't think she's like from the US. I think she's like, her name was like Svet something, you know?
Yeah.
Like so she's like calling the cops on this Black lady sitting on a bench saying that, oh, she doesn't belong here. She's not from this neighborhood.
What?
And telling her, and then the husband watches the lady, like the wife calling the cops, and you see the husband, and obviously the Black lady is like, she's like videotaping, recording, and records the husband kind of like taking off, like, oh, fuck this bitch, you know? Like taking off on the wife, calling the cops, you know, like, yeah, I'm not gonna be a part of this shit.
Hell no, dude. I would have told her some shit. Like, are you stupid? Like, why the fuck are you doing this shit? You're dumb. Like,
Yeah, I've never seen her before. I know she's not like part of this neighborhood. She shouldn't be here.
I just
And
thought it was funny when you were like, yeah, this Karen wasn't from here. And I'm like, that explains it. They come from another planet.
they come from another. They do.
They just get dropped out. Choo, choo, choo.
They're from Karenville or something.
The government
planet of
contracts them.
Karens. Right? Oh God, no! It's like insane. It's insane that all this shit happens, and you're
Yeah.
like, what in your entitled little world?
But it's even worse that
Yeah.
she's not like let's say she's from another country, or like she is from here but she has that heritage. Like that's even
Yeah.
worse, that you wouldn't see like someone else that isn't what would be like, I guess, American, like a Caucasian, and treat them like that. Like I just feel all of us
Exactly.
as a minority should be united and together. And but I feel like what's bad with us Mexican is like we're like la raza, and so we always kind of take care of us first. So it's kind of hard to like extend
You would
ourselves.
think
We already
because
feel persecuted. We already feel like we don't belong here. They treat us like crap, or we get looked like, oh, at stores, like, are they gonna steal? So we have a lot of what African Americans go through at the same time. So we just kind of have to, I guess, unite in the sense and break that barrier. Same with like women not being equal to men. Like I just feel like there's just a lot of inequalities everywhere.
That's
yeah,
true, dude. Also, yeah.
it's true. A lot of industries, like movie industry and all that,
Yeah.
they don't get paid the same. Actresses don't get paid as much as the actors do. They don't. A lot of
Dude,
people don't like women don't get paid as much as
Yeah.
men. What were you
So
gonna say,
for me,
Crystal?
like I do support the movement and everything. I just hope that this movement breaks a barrier to help all the other inequalities that we have, and breaks
Yeah.
that seal.
No, I was listening to a podcast with two white females, and it seems like white people are like taking it so heartedly now, and before it's like it was still going on before. It's
yeah, it's
always been
been going
going on, but it's like now it's like, oh no, like we're sorry. Like now it's like they're making it seem like it's their fault.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, spit on my face. Like, like I done bad, spit on my face. Like, like they take it from one extreme to the other. And then I think it comes out kind of like, it comes off kind of weird, for black people to be like, okay, calm the fuck down. We know you're sorry, but like,
Yeah.
like calm the fuck down. Like, yes,
Fuck down,
we
yeah.
know that you support us, but they go
It's
beyond.
it's like those women that are like, slap me, I deserve it, slap me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like they're
We
'cause I was-
should be doing it, but we won't. We're not. I mean,
Yeah.
want to,
Like,
but
yeah, I was listening to one of their episodes and they were talking about how they get mad at people saying all lives matter and because it's true, not all, obviously all lives matter, but right now
all
they're not.
life,
They're
yeah.
focusing on Black Lives Matter because as long as they're not mattering, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
so I know us as Hispanic, we go through the same fucking shit because we've all seen videos of Hispanic people like working and being treated badly by
Oh
African
God.
Americans, by white people, by
By
So
black
we
people
go through the
too.
same things.
Like I sent you that video. Remember, I had sent you a video. You said you couldn't finish watching it. Was it that
No, I
one?
couldn't.
Where
Yeah.
there was like, I don't know, there was some like Mexican guy getting slapped by these two
Oh
black.
yes, dude, I saw it.
And then they were trying to rob this guy that was selling his little, like, I guess, hot dogs or whatever. And they robbed him out there and they slapped him. And it's just crazy, dude. Like, I don't think anybody, no human being should be treated that way. Like, no matter what color you are, like, you don't deserve to be treated like that.
And
Like,
I felt
honestly.
like, yeah, like the videos I saw, there were African American guys doing this to them, and throwing
Yeah.
shit at them, And I did repost it, and I was like, you know what? If you don't want to, if you already know how it feels to be on the other side of things, to be
Like,
treated
don't do
this way,
it.
why do you do that to other people? Like,
Exactly.
just respect people, treat them how you want to be treated, you know?
Exactly.
And yeah, so I don't know.
I feel
don't
like
know where else going.
everybody has some sort of racism. Like, I'm light skinned, but I'm Mexican. Both my parents come from Juarez, but my mom is really white. She has green eyes and everything. And I remember one time in high school, I walked into a Spanish class where other people should know Spanish and stuff, like Spanish native. And these two girls behind me were like, mira esta pinche güera, a lo mejor está en la clase incorrecta, ni sabe español. And then like they start taking roll, and my name's super Mexican. So they were like, Blanca Garcia. And I was all, presente.
Ay, ay, presente, maestra, ¿puedo usar el sanitario, por favor?
You know, so like I've even like feel like I've experienced it with other people that are Mexican, because I'm not dark enough, or you know, or my Spanish isn't that good.
So it's like the opposite.
It's everyone. Like there's always like there's people that are just so ignorant. Like it could be whatever kind of color of skin you are. I've seen it too. Like I've seen Mexicans doing it, I've seen whites doing it, I've seen blacks doing it. And it's, you know what I mean? Like pointing fingers, everybody's pointing fingers at each other. But like I just feel like we shouldn't treat people that way, no matter what color we are or whatever, you know, it is.
It should be just a way, just treat people the way you want to be treated. It doesn't matter how they look, whatever, because you don't look a perfect way. You're not perfect. Nobody's perfect.
But
and
I feel
you
like
see this.
Sorry.
Go ahead.
I feel like no matter what, people like aren't happy. Like they arrested the cop, and they put third-degree murder, which made sense. Like if you actually like look at the law and stuff, that's what kind of falls into. But then like they're all, no, it should be first degree or second degree or whatever. Like, so then I think they bumped him up now to second degree, and now still people are like, no, it should be first degree. And like I'm just like, well, we should try to like accept our winning battles, because at least he got arrested, and a lot of other times they've just been retired out of the cops or like.
Well, yeah, but at the same time, it's like they just put a Band-Aid over a fucking wound, like a fucking bullet wound. Oh, I'm gonna, like, you go for surgery and the doctor tells you, oh, here's a Band-Aid and Tylenol. There you go. That's what they're doing to that shit, because third-degree murder charges. I was watching Conan, and he was talking to some dude that's a lawyer. His name is Van something. Hold on, let me... Where did I don't know. I have it somewhere. I'll put it down below. And he's a lawyer, and he's like, we haven't seen third-degree murder charges like ever, you know. And that pretty much tells you an example for a third-degree charge is, let's say you're shooting at an abandoned home. It's an abandoned home. You're shooting at the home, and someone happens to be in there, and he dies, and you accidentally killed someone because you didn't know there was somebody in there.
Yeah.
You're just shooting. So that's what third-degree murder means. Like, ooh, I accidentally killed you. I didn't know you were there. Yeah. Obviously, this guy knew what the fuck he was doing.
Exactly.
Yeah. Obviously, he didn't wake up that morning and be like, oh, I'm going to kill a black guy. I'm pretty sure he didn't say that. Oh, I'm going to kill someone today, you know? But when you're choking someone, you know that has precautions, you know, that has, so.
Exactly, especially when they're telling you they can't breathe.
First degree, that, I think that fits perfect. I think it should be first degree, because he didn't have an intention, like it wasn't like he woke up that day and he planned it out. But if you're aware as a logical person that someone's not breathing, and they're telling you that they're not breathing, and you're seeing they're unconscious, then you as a logical person should react to that, you know? And him not reacting to it is definitely like, I would say first degree, like he was intentionally doing it.
Yeah. And then I just feel horrible. George Floyd was a Libra. R.I.P. Libra.
Oh.
And like the charge or whatever, why he got arrested, is not even like, it wasn't him like abusing someone or, you know, doing any
$20 bill.
You know, like it was not even that
aggressive
serious
behavior. Yeah, it was just, I know what you mean. And I don't even think, and I had seen all the rest of the videos too, where they show him in the convenience store, and he's not even fighting.
Yeah.
No, and it was supposedly a $20 bill that it was, but you don't know how many times have you gotten money? You don't like, you don't have a fucking pen, like doing that, checking to see if they're all real. You know,
Exactly.
maybe he didn't know.
I've
Yeah.
gotten one when I used to work at Petro. I got a $20 bill that looked real, but I didn't have the little marker. But when I went to the back and I finally got the marker, the guy wasn't there anymore, and it was fake.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? I
Yeah,
could
but
have
that's what I'm
given
saying.
the
Like,
change to somebody else, and that somebody else would have had that, and it wouldn't have been their fault. You know what I mean?
exactly.
I
So
think
it's not.
I was like the worst cashier. I was only at Family Dollar for 3 weeks. But it's because like they would be like, okay, so even though you're helping someone, keep vigilant if people are stealing. And I'm like, you know what? I know the struggle. Take whatever you want.
You're like,
I look at
it's okay.
I can't
Okay.
imagine that confrontation. Like, give me those batteries. Like, you know.
Yeah, you take them out of there.
Right? You're just like, hey, man, I've done it. And you're
Do
like,
it.
I've done it.
We've all done it once. Have you done it, Lynch?
I used to when I was younger.
Lorena.
No, when I was a
How
little
about you, Blanca?
kid. I was like 13 or younger.
For real?
Yeah, I used to go into, because we used to have a big A, like right there. I didn't say
feel?
Tiwa, I meant some other apartments. And we would go into a big eight it's like a grocery store, like right there, and we just go in there and steal candy, and like we would walk out, you know. But we were young, we were dumb, you know. Like that's the most I've stolen was candy, but that's because of my fat ass. I just want to eat candy. I just want to eat candy. But yeah, I've
No,
stolen
well,
some.
I have a short story of we're not gonna say who because I don't want to incriminate him. But he got like these like eye drops that were like $7. And at that time, like we had barely moved in together, we were struggling. Well, now everybody knows who.
Who are you talking about? What?
So then he like grabs him, and then I'm like, I'm all like, put those back. We can't afford $7. Like I'm yelling at him in every aisle. We can't afford $7 eye drops. Like it's not important. And then like he was just like, oh my God. Like I guess afterwards he told me like, oh, I was trying to steal them, and you kept yelling around the store.
I had to pay for these,
Like,
bitch.
I was putting.
All right, so I think we all have things to do. You have things to do? She has things to do this one.
Who?
You.
No, well, I gotta change those things. I gotta go help.
So when did you get this mechanic degree? I never even heard of it. What? I don't know anything about your life.
Yeah, that's the only thing. It was for a year and a couple of months. It was I think it was like 2 years ago, maybe. Yeah, maybe. Like 2 years ago, maybe.
And you just went to like one of those colleges?
Yeah, I went to Southwest University for the automotive program.
You know what? I was actually,
huh?
I was actually interested in that. I wanted to do it.
It's fun, dude. I liked it better than medical assistant. Like, I'm not even gonna lie. It was awesome. Hands on, everything. Like,
just get dirty, like dirty. I think that was like the whole point of, oh, I just want to get dirty.
Yeah, and then there was this hot chick there, dude, and she was like, well, obviously she was in automotive too, and I was just like, yeah, girl.
No, I just want to be like, go to a mechanic, and then they'll tell me this, and I'll be like, yeah, well, did you check this and this and that?
Oh,
I think so.
And then they'd be like,
blah, blah, blah. Yeah, they don't know, like, what?
She knows, bro, you better not fuck around.
Yeah. I'm like, well, what is it called? From that movie, Back to the Future. What is it called? You know what I'm talking about, Blanca, right? Have you seen Back to the Future?
Yeah, I've seen Back to the Future. I'm just trying to think.
The
Of what
thing
it gives
that from the vehicle, it has a little thing that keeps the vehicle going.
The
the motor.
No, the flux
Oh,
capacitor.
you're talking about
The flux capacitor, isn't it called?
I don't
what?
know. I've seen the
The
movie once.
flux capacitor. Yeah. So, okay, Back to the Future. It's a fictional piece of flux capacitor. So I've heard this funny thing where they call it like it was a radio show, a radio station, and they do like this joke on this lady, and it's a mechanic, like I guess she had her car in the mechanic shop or whatever, and then he calls and he's all like, "Yes, ma'am, we're gonna have to change your flux capacitor. You're gonna," and that shit doesn't exist. Like that shit's from Back to the Future. It's like a fucking.
That's
Like,
funny shit.
and she's like, "Oh no way! How much is that going to cost me? That's going to set you
Oh,
back $1,200, and we're going to have to rotate your tires because this and this and that. Like, we're going to have to, I don't know, and then we're going to have to like do another transmission. We're going to have to add another transmission, or like some
God.
crazy shit. Like, and the lady's like, "Oh no way! Oh my
Oh,
God, that
shit.
sounds expensive."
It does. So yeah, like what the fuck? That's fucked
But
up.
yeah, like I think that's the reason I would want to go do that, because I don't want to be that lady.
Yeah.
Like, oh shit. But yeah, and Blanca, you're right now you're studying to be a court reporter.
Yes.
Ooh,
I was gonna call
nice.
it that Steph something. I know it has another name, right?
Stenographer.
Stenographer. Stephanographer.
These are all her words.
Yeah, it's the
So
lady
how's
to
that?
the judge and types everything. It's much harder than expected. I was like, oh, I'm great at typing. I got this. But it's not a regular keyboard.
Yeah,
It's
no,
like,
it's
it's a
weird.
smaller one, like 10 letters. And then each letter represents other letters, like a combination of them. And then each word is like shortened in a way. And it's like learning a brand new language. So if I
It's
already
like
didn't know Spanish.
Cleanon or Cleon. What is that?
What?
From Star Trek?
Oh my God. I've never seen that either.
No,
Like,
I haven't seen that.
It's like a secret. I'm sorry. I'm like the weird white over here.
I watched the first Star Wars and then we couldn't continue.
It's
I
Star
can't
Trek.
watch it.
Star
No,
Trek.
I can't watch either one of those.
Yeah, either one. I just not.
Yeah, it never got my attention.
Spock.
It's kind of boring
I
for
can't
me.
even do that. Look, see.
Yeah.
So it's been difficult, but you'll get through it. You'll get through it.
Yeah, you'll get through it. You got this.
So how much longer do you have on that?
I have 8 more classes, but it's just hard because you have to get to a certain speed. So you can't pass one class till you get to the speed that you're supposed to. So right now I'm trying to work at 120 words per minute.
Damn, get those fingers working, girl.
Dude, how many words can you do per minute, Crystal?
I don't know, dude. I type pretty fast. Not
Yeah,
to
I
be cocky,
remember.
but I've always done like data entry, and it was always like I had to fucking meet a certain amount of fucking documents. So like I could type numbers even without looking. Like I could be looking at over there and typing over here. But it's totally different from, I don't know, and it seems a lot harder to use those weird
No,
typewriters that they use. Imagine that shit.
I think I'm a pretty fast typer, but I know Crystal's way faster than I am. And I know you probably
Yeah.
are too, Blanca. Oh, but she
What? I
practices
work
a
out.
lot. She works out. That's gross, Crystal. We're not that type of show.
Well, you can.
All right, well, we're gonna say goodbye now because
Hey, thanks for the astrology stuff too. That shit was badass.
Thank
More
you.
Waiting for
details
my
so you could
email.
like read it because this was kind of like a concise, like real quick.
Yeah. Send it through.
So yeah, but it was
Send it my
nice
way,
joining you
yo.
guys. Thank you for inviting me whenever you guys want.
Yes. Well, whenever you're free, let us know, and then we'll.
The unstable girls.
The unstable girls. I was telling her maybe we should name each other like the unstable girls, and then my Mochis is all
We
like,
are. We
"You don't
are.
think?" He's like, I don't know, babe.
But
We are stable.
so long. Have a great day.
Bye, guys.
Bye. Let's do this. Peace
Bye.
be with you. Peace be with you.
Peace.
Got a lot of likes. Get down, but don't feel down. This is why we can't have nice things. Like a